Shanta, we're going to take the documentary.
According to data released by UNICEF, 15 million girls worldwide marry before their 18th birthday. A breakdown of the above reveals that 41,000 girls get married every day, 28 girls get married every minute, and a girl gets married every 2 seconds. Whilst South Asia records the largest number of child brides, the numbers in sub-Saharan Africa are equally alarming. If nothing is done to stem the worrying trends in this area, it is estimated that the number of child brides in sub-Saharan Africa could double by 2050. In effect, sub-Saharan Africa will overtake South Asia to become the region with the largest number of child brides in the world. Child marriage is defined as a marriage where one or both parties are below 18 years of age. It is fundamentally a human rights issue. It leads to a denial of affected boys and girls' right to education, health, and security, and the right to choose when and whom to marry. Furthermore, child marriage robs the affected children of their dignity and prevents them from realizing their full potential and contribution to society. Though child marriage involves both sexes, girls are disproportionately affected. Globally, more than 700 million women living today were married before their 18th birthday. Out of this number, more than 1 in 3 were married before they turned 15. In sub-Saharan Africa, a staggering 40% of girls marry before age 18. African countries account for 15 of the 20 countries with the highest rates of child marriage. Given the enormity of the problem in the world, global momentum to address child marriage is increasing. In September 2013, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution banning child marriage, which Ghana supported. In 2015, global leaders included a target to end child marriage under Goal 5, achieve gender equality, and empower all women and girls of the recently adopted United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. At the regional level, African leaders have also shown their commitment to ending child marriage. In 2014, the African Union launched a 2-year continental campaign to end child marriage. The following year, in 2015, the AU, together with the government of Zambia, convened a high-level girls' summit to enhance continental awareness of the effects of child marriage and to accelerate the end of child marriage in Africa. The outcome of this girls' summit to end child marriage was a renewed commitment to eliminating child marriage in Africa no later than 2030. Funding and programming to address child marriage is also increasing. For example, the UNICEF-UNEPA Global Program to accelerate action to end child marriage is being developed and supported in 12 countries by UNICEF and UNEPA, with funding assistance from the government of the United Kingdom, Canada, the Netherlands, Italy, and European Union. In Ghana, significant efforts are also underway to address child marriage. According to Ghana's 1992 constitution, a person under the age of 18 is a child and therefore cannot marry or be given off in marriage. Under the leadership of the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, the government has launched an Ending Child Marriage campaign, the National Gender Policy, Justice for Children Policy, the Child and Family Welfare Policy, etc., which engage different sectors of government, civil society, development partners, media, children, religious and traditional leaders in a joint effort to eliminate child marriage in Ghana. Prevalence of child marriage in Ghana. On average, 1 out of 5 girls in Ghana is married before their 18th birthday. In other words, the percentage of girls between 20 to 24 years who were married or in a union by the age of 18 is 21% nationally. This amounts to approximately 260,000 affected girls in the country. However, for girls living in the 3 northern regions of Ghana, Northern Region, Upper East and Upper West regions, this number increases to 1 out of 3 girls, 34%. Marriage before age 15 does occur, although it is rarer for girls in Ghana, with the national prevalence at 5%. In Ghana, girls from rural areas are twice more likely to become child brides than those in urban areas. Similarly, girls from poorer households are 4 times more likely to marry than those from the richest households. The MICS 2011 data reveals 18% prevalence rate for girls in urban areas compared to 36% prevalence rate for girls in rural areas. In addition, it reported a staggering 41.2% prevalence rate for the lowest income quintile in comparison with a much lower 11.5% prevalence rate for the highest income quintile. Furthermore, across Ghana, uneducated young women are twice as likely to have married in childhood compared to those who attended secondary school or higher. Finally, the data vividly reveals how child marriage is a profound manifestation of gender inequality. It disproportionately affects girls over boys. Among boys aged 20 to 24 years, only 2% were married before the age of 18, compared to 21% of girls. It must be noted that global consensus has been recently reached on the relevance of relying on data on women 20 to 24 when reporting on the prevalence of child marriage. This is because the age group 20 to 49 years is less sensitive to changes in trends occurred over recent years. It includes older women who were married decades ago when the risk of getting married was far higher. Regrettably, MICS and DHS population samples for the age group 20 to 24 years in Ghana are currently not big enough to provide statistical evidence for regional breakdowns. Therefore, the current need to rely on the 20 to 49 age group for regional level prevalence breakdowns. Future household surveys, including MICS and DHS, will ensure that relevant sample size for the age group 20 to 24, more sensitive to changes in recent years, will be collected and analyzed to become statistically representative, also at sub-national level. The regional breakdown of child marriage prevalence for women in the 20 to 49 age group in Ghana based on MICS 2011 and DHS 2014 data.
Yes, Bokosa. I said, we are cronopony, Nampini for say, a bonacra. Or therefore, cinema down.
At Urijia,
It's room, Madarumba. Sisi be great room, we ba no okofo mo won. No, ba be tru so hwe na. Teacher for no for 500,000.
500,000.
500,000.
Aye, next 50 Ghana.
Yes, so Nana. It's no we made down. Yes, so you may what it. Why? You say Vea Primary, one family, one trust.
Me and Charlie just say, money bomb money boss. You better
Yo, mommy, mesre makasa kakra. Masom, the bebo.
mo aweja.
Nemu. A quite try and with Chabahan. Mantema for the betu. It is just say, ya, Maya Kakrin, me pese, Mubano, or better me chena me shen. Shen is school, the DDM, the BPM. Naba Mobahan took shot.
Nana me too. That's what it. Let me show. No, what my yame no, obi no be yame. That's why. That's it.
Ofa. Nyanka wo kan die. Enu adono. Nso akwala no. Wona ne mepoma. En onu a na mesoma no. Onu a na ye bibia ma me. Enti anka me anka be ya anka yenye ne se ne da bia ye ne ye ba ne abaji. Na ayi na se ne da bia ye no.
Oh, therefore, me that's it. No can me masom. What I say masom, me that's it. You be say kwan. You be say. That's it.
Opinions on early child marriage.
The issue of child marriage in Ghana is a very serious one.
Very critical issue which has been recognized by UN and measures taken to ensure that this doesn't happen.
It is a very bad practice.
I know that traditionally some of our people think that young children are pure and innocent and fertile and so on, and ought to make good mothers. But the science of the whole thing shows that that is the worst thing to do.
Let's hear a victim.
The reason why I'm getting pregnant, I don't know that when I sleep with somebody, I'll get pregnant. So I want to advise to my friend to keep themselves. I want to go to school again, but I will not go it again because I have a child. So I want to advise my friends to keep themselves. Then she will take this to continue to go to their school and stop loving boys too. Thank you.
The major result of sexual intercourse is pregnancy.
Child marriages or forced marriages are an abomination in our country.
Most parents do that, one, out of ignorance. They simply don't know about the law.
Once our constitution states that until you are 18, you are not mature, I think before a child can be given into marriage, he or she should be 18 years or more.
My older brother Agnes from 17 years. That is 16 and a half. That is me la past 17 like a past 17 years. But na yel matabu malahat in kayo school fees. Anet nga kata banan so. Seshal. Maweti yeti ay mahayela dola tabu on la hota yota kanya. Abi mina inso be na ba community la pon yel intention ndia de la engbala de da ka enfant.
Some parents give their children out due to poverty because they think they don't have money to take care of their children, and so the children should be giving out for a man to take care of them, or for the man's family to take care of them. And the sad part is some of them, especially in the northern part of our country and other parts, they give them in exchange for material things. It's ridiculous. The reasons vary, but no reason is good enough for a child to be forced into marriage.
Surprisingly, Upper West, when you come to Ghana itself, the two northern regions, Upper East and Upper West, and then Western region, have the highest percentage of child marriage. And the Upper West is following third with 36.6% according to World Children Report by UNICEF.
How does an uneducated person transact any business in the bank, in the hospital, even in school? If you're sending a child to school, it's just impossible. So the nation needs an educated human capital, and that is why we ought not to encourage child parenting, child mothers. It's like children raising children. It's not very good. Health-wise, emotionally, psychologically, economically, and socially, we should not encourage it.
Boy, you're a sad fool. Mommy, you're living too. Man, they be checking. School man, I get it, Islamic school. And they be a P5. And that year 14 years. Till they get a school. Man would start a 14 years school. I drag much poor. Man, Tampana Yalana Afra Malaka Malonyensa and go to school. And Irma Nemaha. For friends, Ja Nuba and the Chinny. Hona wufum ama eram annema ka nlo kariga a school. So ba ma wagara an eram annema kamba ayyukan na ga su matsara womi. Mba eman an pema pa kan nim hakwema mammo kan piaja on karama ko. An eram annema manya kan tiyi pon na lo ga school. Ka biyan wa ewu chenen to kan lo ga school. Kamba yaka nagaya tinga a school. Banya ka biyun wuce na kanga school. Manka unwuma to nuwa ni je numan mimbi. Ba me ba sa ka wala na ligaya school chama men do force ka na man ligaya school. Bi dawo ni minu antara pona kama weka nagaya school biyonga. Usur mai hin.
The child has to go to school, develop mentally and physically, and be able to understand the thin line between wrong and correct. The child must be able to stand on her own to be able to move and mingle with society, not only in the village or in the country, but outside, rub shoulders with peers. If they are married that early, they get straight up into motherly duties, which will not give them the chance to enjoy youthfulness and to even enjoy, as growing up children. My appeal is very simple. Give the children the chance to grow, whether they are males or females, especially females.
Respect to the subject matter of early child marriage. This is an issue that goes to the very heart of the social development of Muslims, because marriage in itself is something that forms one of the pillars upon which the family is formed. The family is formed in order to provide the earliest and immediate social environment in which every human being is born. And so therefore, for those who are brought into the frame of the family formation must be mature and must be ready for it. On this basis, Islam does not support the practice of early marriage.
My honorable chiefs, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my beautiful children, media, and all present, good morning. Before I start talking, what we are going to do is about children. So I'll get one young man volunteer and one young lady volunteer students. No, let them come here. I want to ask you something. Do you think end child marriage or we should continue? I'll start from the young man. Since you marry us, I'll start from you.
We should end it. Because they're very bad practice. After the man marries the girl child, they will definitely engage in sexual activities. And when the girl becomes pregnant, she will find it difficult to give birth, not fully mature. And as a result, she may die.
Supposed to complete and continue this will get pregnant and leave the house, and the others are here. So after they come back from school, they will meet her, and then she feels shy to go closer to them. So it's very bad.
These are ambassadors. These are the voices we need to hear. We are adults. When we say it doesn't really matter. But when the children speak, we are going to use children to advocate to end child marriage. Sitting there, I was watching the clip and I saw tears in the young girl's eyes. And I had tears in my eyes. When these young children spoke, I had goosebumps all over. How can a young girl who is not matured and ready to have sex get married? Even we as adults, when we are not ready for sex and your husband wants it, how do you feel? Reluctantly, even you the matured one. We have to take this to the doorsteps, and I'm glad my elders are here. I'm going to share my numbers with them and we are going to use them. We have to end child marriage. We went for a program and I asked one young lady sitting by me, why should we end child marriage? And just like the lady spoke, exactly what she said. They have to stop school, they are not matured, no skill training, no money, nothing. When we get married and we have financial constraints, what happens? Let alone a child with no skill, nothing, she can't even sell because she has no idea. And she's a third wife. and being maltreated by the senior rivals, together with the husband who can't even afford to take care of her just because of a cow. Even sometimes a cow is not given to the father, or some cowrie or some few cedis that has been spent even before the girl gets to the age of 12. We are going to use the advocacy of these young children. What they have told us is the highlight of today. And based on that, whatever it takes, by God's grace, we will have to go to the men that marry the young ladies and let them know that it is so wrong. 18 is a matured age. If the child is 18 and is ready to marry, we don't have any problem. But we'll fight it, and together with all of us here, let our voices be known. You should not be in a small room like this. We have to move to the communities. We have to show them why the child should grow. We know that there are lots of financial constraints up there, but we'll look at what we do so that we can end child marriage. Thank you very much.
My word is you right now. My word is you right now. I can't escape being afraid. Feel me with you right now. My word is you right now.
Fill up the space. My world needs you right. My world needs you right now. I can't escape being afraid. Fill me with you right now. My world needs you right now.
Power for down, bring with a sound that points us to you right now. Erase substitutes right now. Fix what I see, and God please fix me. My word is you right now. Let us see you right now. Show me your face. Fill up the space. My word is you right now. My word is you right now.
There is also another form of child marriage practice that is going on. And it is usually done at the southern part of Ghana, whereby young girls get pregnant. Their parents force them to go and live with the mother who got them pregnant, which is another form of child marriage, even though it is not formal. Now, these girls were living with these people who impregnated them. They didn't have to do things like a wife. They are not expected to behave like a child and all of that. And this goes on to affect them as well. So we are also here to add our voice to the campaign, and we say, let's end child marriage in Ghana. Thank you. Now, before we leave, we'll crave your indulgence. Please stand. We have a short, quick activity we want to do before we leave. Please stand. Thank you. Okay, so this is very simple. We are going to puppet. So you repeat after me whatever I say and whatever I do. So I take the ball. 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 I put it here. I take the ball. I take the ball. I take the ball. I take the ball. I put it here. I take the ball. I take the ball. I put it here. I take the ball. I take the ball. I take the ball. I take the ball. I got the ball. I put it here.
Thank you very much. Shall we give a round, a sounding round of applause to the country? Did they mention their name when they got there? You see, Adjoa.
That's all they can remember. Please come and let us know you better. Let's give them a round of applause. So what's the name of the group?
We are a youth-led NGO based in Jamestown, and our name is Act for Change. And what we do is that we use interactive theater, a different form of theater like this one, to address social issues in communities. Like we do when we go to communities, we believe that the solutions are with the community members. And so we invite the community members to come up with those solutions.
Dignitaries present here, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I must express my delight to be part of this live documentary and art exhibition on stamping out early child marriage. According to the study in 2016, 21% of girls in Ghana are married before the age of 18, but rates can be as high as 39% in the northern part of the country. Child marriage has been found to be rooted in tradition, discriminatory gender practices, and poverty. Child marriage is a violation of human rights that prevent girls from obtaining an education, enjoying optimal health, bonding with others of their own age, maturing, and ultimately choosing their own life partners. The practice is in contravention of 1992 Constitution of Ghana, the Children Acts 1998 Act 560, the Domestic Violence Act 2005, the 1994 National Population Policy, the 2000 Adolescent Reproductive Health Policy, the National Gender Policy 2015, and the National Reproductive Health Service Policy and Standards Ghana. In 2016, government launched a national campaign to end early child marriage in Ghana as part of the African Union's regional campaign to end the practice. However, the practice remains today There is therefore considerable work to be done to effectively stamp out the practice in Ghana. The work in this exhibition consists of victims of child marriage and collectively give us a deep understanding and reflection of the plight of these girls. I am especially pleased to acknowledge the extraordinary generosity of everyone involved with the creation of this documentary and artwork, and to Renel Ghana Foundation for their commitment towards this worthy cause. Ladies and gentlemen, I will urge you all to support today's event by donating generously in the name of charity and for a better future for our young girls. Thank you very much.
I want to send us to an advert on our radio every morning. I think it's family planning advert, where the man always says that my wife has been the bouncing gay people. That is not gender balance. It should be the bouncing baby. If a girl or boy, that should come. It should be gender balance, gender development concern. It is so imperfect, and that is so good. It will let men prefer getting boys or helping boys more than girls. I am a scientist, and I know that we boys get our intelligence from our mothers, whilst girls get intelligence from both parents. So why should we prefer only the boys who get their intelligence from only their mothers, the girls who get intelligence from both of us? I am a scientist, and my scientist intelligence went to my girl. It couldn't go to any of my boys. So my daughter is a medical officer. Because at this time I experimented with my own children. And the girl talk. She's also a scientist. None of my boys this science. So we shouldn't joke with our dear child in peace. And we men have been shooting ourselves in the head. Where you also contribute your intelligence to, you don't so seriously there. And where you don't contribute anything is where you are very serious about. That one is done by the way. But I want to inform you people that we those from the Upper East, I'm a member of the Regional Child Rights Protection Committee and the Gender Development Committee. We have petitioned our parliament to raise up showing consent to sex to 18, because 16 is not 16 is still a child. The definition of a child is 0 to 18, not 0 to 16. So that thing should be corrected. I want to call on Renel and others to campaign seriously for that thing to be changed. Why should a child in school give consent to sex at the age of 16? You want to jeopardize all girls' education in general. It is because people were not sending girls to school. We are not seeing this. Now, girls are becoming more than girls in the school. Girls are even, women are even majority in this country. So in Ghana, it's a minority group. Women shall be ruled. So we want that to be changed. Then on this early marriage, I want to advocate a law. I want to advocate that they should make a legislation to make it criminal for a girl in school to marry. It should be criminalized, like we have criminalized FGM, and it is not in this country again. If it is there, nobody is hearing of it, but we hope it will go. So do the same thing, and child marriage will be stopped. Because we should not be wasting money explaining something which is criminal to people to stop. They should stop it by force.
We have sufficient laws to prevent some of these ills in our society.
So it is our traditional authorities that have to be firm and try to enforce the laws such that our children who will grow up educated and good workers fall off on the way. We have, in this course, formed a committee in the Wala Traditional Council that handles child issues, particularly the girl child. And I think we will continue to do similar things to prevent the sufferings of the children in our community. Thank you.
From here, I just want to also acknowledge Adwinsa Publications. Do I have a representative here? Adwinsa Publications. Please, let's give them a round of applause. They have been a great supporting partner to this whole project. I also want to acknowledge that we do have the Director for Children, or the Directors of Children, the Greater Accra representative. Thank you so much to each and every one of you.
Good afternoon. My name is Bose Katumbi Right. I'm the project coordinator for ELS with Renel Ghana Foundation. Please, I'm Rufia and I'm with the project coordinator.
My name is Jerry. I'm Nelson.
My name is Benedicta and I serve as a mouthpiece for Renel.
I'm a member of the I'm Philip Kwanzaa, Finance Officer at Renel Ghana Foundation.
I'm assisting the project coordinator.
I just want to find out, is there any other thing that you guys are doing? What's next? From here, where are you heading?
From here, we'll be coming down to the various regions. We have some individual NGOs who want to work with us with the implementation. So with the help of the Directors of Children, we'll be able to reach out to the individual communities. So that's what we'll be heading towards from here. And with the help of the Gender Minister, I'm sure we can achieve it.
Thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause. I wanted to skip this, but I know you guys have also contributed a lot to this event, so I just need you to say something before we leave here. The Directors of Children, if amongst you can select one person to just give a message on behalf of Directors of Children.
Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity. On behalf of my colleagues, we want to thank the foundation so much for bringing us on board. I think once again we were touched by the drama, the documentary. One particular thing we want to stress on is that as we work to fight child marriage, one difficult challenge we do encounter is that at times when it do happen and we need to prosecute by the law enforcement agencies, one difficulty has to do with the age. At times, the victim parent do inflate the age. So we want to assure everybody that as we partner with the foundation, we'll continue to stress the importance of birth registration so that in case it happens, the birth certificate will be there to rescue the victim. And once again, we assure that when we're able to fight child marriage, it will go a long way to address the generational street children situation we are having. Because right in the drama, you realize that when the lady got pregnant, the parents sucked her away from the house, and where has he gone? We went to the man's house. There was no peace over there, and definitely she will end up on the streets, give birth on the streets, and the child will grow on the streets. So that cycle will continue. But we believe when we end the canker, we will address that situation that is occurring in our cities. Our chief from Upper East raised a concern that the Regional Child Protection Committee petition about the age, the sexual consent. We just want to assure you that the ministry, and for that matter, the Department of Children, is handling that issue as part of the Child and Family Welfare implementation, because one of the objectives has to do with reforming the existing law. And we have gone far, and we consulted children to see their opinion on that. So very soon it will come out. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give us a round of applause for Director of Children, Representative Volta Region. Okay, so you see our team here with these lovely artworks, and I'll give it to the mouthpiece to say something about it.
Thank you so much. So these are art exhibitions from students from Prince Kojo Hilton. If you all know him, he's the president for GABA. So where are you from?
For West Region.
This was from him. Right.
To stop child marriage.
So that's from you.
Greater Accra Region.
Okay, so what's your
Early child marriage.
Are you also from Hilton?
My name is Ezekiel. It's semi-abstract to like talk about let's end early child marriage, because some of the adults saying that they have the talent to produce this kind of artwork, but like if they are forced into marriage, they will not be able to produce this kind of artwork. I think.
Good. So another student from Prince Kojo.
They have this talent in them. So as my friend said, they won't be able to do those things if they are why they are forcing.
So another one from
Okay. So the whole idea of this artwork is that when you are these young ones felt it's right to also do something to contribute to the early child marriage. With the permission of the member of Renel Ghana, may I close? All right. I just want to say a big thank you, first and foremost, to our honorable, I will address you as the minister, to our honorable minister. And I'm using minister in two forms, because in God's wonderful way, He brought you here so that this thing that matters more to your heart, you could be part of it. And I know that you're going to be indeed a minister to spread the word. And so we say thank you to Honorable Cynthia Morrison. God bless you. We also want to say a very big thank you to Chief Aloha. And did I get the name right? Fantastic. He is the Upper East Traditional Council representative. Chief, God bless you for coming down for this program. We're moving on to Na Saka. Saka, Na, God bless you. He is the Traditional Council representative from Upper West Region. We thank you so much for joining us. And some of the representatives are gone, but I believe we had from World Bank, we had from quite a number of places. But you all know yourselves. All the invites that we sent, all those that came to represent your seniors or your bosses, we say God bless you. And everyone here for making time for this program. But don't end it here. On your WhatsApp status, on your Facebook status, on your Instagram, wherever, take a shot, take a picture from here and start spreading the word. All you can say is the hashtag end early marriage. Hashtag end early marriage. That little thing you write can also go a long way to help somebody. My name is Adwinsa. It has been wonderful having you. God bless you and have a wonderful weekend. Shall we have a closing prayer from our Muslim representative?
My name is Ohineyere Giftianti, and I support Renel Ghana's campaign to ensure that we end early childhood marriages. And I encourage all of us, you don't have to be a mother, you don't have to be a woman. All you have to be is to be a human being who understands that a girl's life is worth more than we are exchanging it for. All you have to be is to be a human being who believes in the well-being of others to join this campaign. Renel Ghana Foundation is on a drive to make sure we save our girls. Join us.